In this second Artifex video, I'm going to talk about the challenges of digitising silk. Whilst the artwork is undoubtedly beautiful, there are a number of factors which make digitising silk art different from most paintings and flat artwork. Silk is transparent. There is an irregular shape. It is shiny and reflective. There is a lack of rigidity. It has a fabric texture that needs to be lost for reproducing back onto silk. To digitize this silk artwork, it is not just a case of placing the silk in a scanner and scanning. It requires a special setup that our system can achieve with relative economy. The first and easiest challenge is the transparency of the silk. Digitizing the silk with white paper behind produced a result that maintained the vibrancy of the original. Two of George Camille's silk pieces were 2 meters by 1 meter in height and far too big to put in an ordinary scanner. Due to the nature of the silk, you couldn't scan it in sections because joining each section in post-processing would be almost impossible due to the distortion of the silk and likely have an unsatisfactory result. We carefully stretched the silk across a white 8-foot by 4-foot heavy flat board using many pieces of low-tack masking tape. We could have used pins, but we were concerned about the potential damage to the silk. The board was held in our large Maybeth easel. Even though we carefully ironed the silk to remove creases, there was still some evidence of creasing and marks in the silk. However, we were not unduly worried about this due to our special lighting, which would reduce the shadowing effect. Any visible creases that remained would be removed in Photoshop. We set our scanning light to maximum reflection reduction setting to remove shine. Our anti-reflection system is extremely effective in this type of situation. The process of scanning was straightforward once we had it all set up. Once we had our digital file, we were able to check accuracy with our color matching artwork viewing light and portable Adobe Color Space monitor before final image processing. There were 3 things we needed to do in the final image processing. The first thing was to correct the distorted edges and make up for some missing image that had been lost in the original silk production. Retouching defects, that was fairly straightforward, if not time-consuming. The final thing we had to do was to remove the fabric weave of the silk. We needed to do this because we did not want the original weave pattern to print on top of the new silk. We used a combination of artificial intelligence software and Photoshop to achieve this. A few years ago, this would have taken many hours of retouching in Photoshop and would have made the job a lot more expensive for the client. Our working files were up to 5 gigabytes. The final files were resized down to 300 dpi 8 bits per channel at life size. Unsurprisingly, even those files were nearly 1 gigabyte. Thanks for watching. And a special thanks to George and Jane Camille.